Yeah, go ahead.
Morning all.
Morning, Tito. Double book kami nila Alvin at saka nila. Ako, nasa si Giselle. Nasa Davao pa ba o nandito na?
Ay, Alvin, at some point magko-co-host ka ha? Ako'y nasa Davao. Oo, kayang-kaya natin to, Al. I meant Al.
Bahala na si
Depende.
Mark dyan.
Oo, kung sinong maraming tanong dito. Grabe to.
Oo.
Oo, maraming magiging interesante talaga. Oo. Okay lang. Sabi niyo, magsasalita ka sa... Magandang umaga po. Good morning, good evening to our participants today. Welcome to the 21st
Good morning.
PAASE for Philippine Innovation Fireside Chat Series. Welcome from beautiful sunny Davao City, where I am, attending a meeting of the National Research Council of the Philippines and MINDA, or the Mindanao Development Authority, and the BARM Policy Forum. So BARM Autonomous Region. So this is very timely, significant for me, because our speaker today is partly a son of Mindanao, as he is a son of the Cordilleras. So I'm very pleased to have today a co-executive member of the National Innovation Council, Mark Sultan Gersava, who will tell you his story, which never endlessly amazes me of what he has done for the bamboo industry, and how he's exploring opportunities for sustainable, eco, touristic, social circular economies that we should be creating all over the country. So I'm Giselle Concepcion. I'm an executive member of the National Innovation Council, and I think I'm one of the older ones. And Mark here is the youngest among our executive members representing the MSME community. So he was chosen by the MSMEs to represent their interests in the National Innovation Council. So at this point, I would like to turn over the floor to my co-host, our distinguished professor from De La Salle University, current NAS Vice President of the National Academy of Science and Technology, past President of the PAASE, and past President of the NRCP. So Dr. Alvin Colaba will introduce our guest speaker today. Thank you.
Thank you, Giselle. Ingat ka
Hey.
dyan sa Mindanao. I know you are in another important engagement, as much I'm also here at our NASTA, event here at Manila Prince. But nonetheless, this is another important and a very, very, interesting session, the 21st in our PAASE for Philippine Innovation Fireside Chat Series. We are very much honored to have another distinguished speaker for this morning. He is a multi-awarded IGRO social entrepreneur and an international consultant on sustainability. Growing up in a family of a slash and burn farmer living below the poverty line, he was raised by a poor family, but his success story as a young chief executive farmer is beyond his wildest dreams. He was awarded as the 2023 Most Inspiring MSME Entrepreneur of the Year in 2022 at the Circle of Excellence Asia CEO Awards, and an Impact Entrepreneur of the Year and a recipient of the National Award in Community Service. He is the founder of BAMBUHAY, a green tech social enterprise focused in circular economy that innovate and manufacture products that cause no harm, use business to implement solutions to plastic pollution, deforestation, climate change, and poverty using bamboo and the technology. With his exemplary contribution in the innovation space, he was appointed by the President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. as executive member of the National Innovation Council. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure and honor to now have Mr. Mark Sultan Hervasa to give his talk related to bamboo innovation. Mark,
Yes.
floor is yours. Good morning, everyone.
Congratulations, Mark.
Okay, so yes, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. So good morning, everyone.
Yan, naimbaga bigat
So
yun.
just to give you a little bit overview about myself. So before I became an entrepreneur, so I used to be a food scientist. I worked for almost 7 years in the research and product development in the well-known brand here in the Philippines, including Vikings, Amici, Karamia, and many more. So thank you very much, Paasi, for inviting me for this. So it's been almost 4 months in the making. um, for before I'm able to join you, okay, this morning. So today, so I'm going to talk all about the bamboo innovation for climate change mitigation and poverty alleviation. So I think most of you, okay, from PAASE familiar of this toy that became my inspiration in starting BAMBUHAY. So during our childhood, so this bamboo toy gun is basically we used it kasi nga we can't afford to buy toys kasi lumaki ako ng bundok. So ito siya yung ginagamit namin. And during our habang kami ay pag kami ay nauuhaw, so we use this as a straw. And living in the community, so may time kasi na inaabot siya ng mga during rainy season, inaabot ng almost 1 month that we don't have rice at yung mga kinakain lang namin is this bamboo shoot. So that's the childhood memory of me why I felt in love with bamboo. And in 2016, before I joined the company, so I really before I started BAMBUHAY is I so nagvo-volunteer ako in so many activities, and this is in Sulu. And the vision of the company was established there. But the thing is, hindi namin na ituloy dito kasi na-ambush kami ng 2 beses in this community because during the time my vision is really to on how we can uplift the people in those insurgency area, in the conflict-ridden areas, because I grew up that for almost 20 years in this community in Sultan Kudarat province. Na paano ba natin masolusyonan yung giyera sa mga lugar na to? And doon siya nabuo yung vision ng BAMBUHAY, and this is basically in Sulo. And in 2016, I found this very intriguing video na mayroong isang turtle na nagkaroon ng plastic straw dun sa kanyang nostrils. So those are my motivation in starting the company. So that's how BAMBUHAY started. So BAMBUHAY, that came from the word bamboo, and Filipino words hanap buhay or livelihood, habang buhay or sustainability, buhay or life, and mabuhay. Just give me a moment for a while. So we are a climate tech social enterprise. So we focus in circular economy that innovate products that cause no harm to the people and the planet. Kasi nga volunteering for almost how many years is nakita ko na hindi ganun kalaki yung impact. So that's why I started a social enterprise.
My name is Sultan Gersava, and I'm the founder and chief executive farmer of BAMBUHAY, a Philippine social enterprise with a mission to make the world a greener place, as well as to help farmers out of poverty. Climate change and poverty are two prevalent social issues in the Philippines. So I found a creative solution to tackle both issues at the same time. Curious about how I'm trying to change the world with bamboo? This is my story.
Finding sustainable solutions often begin by building stronger working relationships with our community. By supporting other people, we can then build deeper commitments towards fighting environmental and social problems.
Today we'll learn about BAMBUHAY, a social enterprise that empowers marginalized communities through eco-friendly bamboo products.
So just to give you an overview about one of the major problem that we are trying to address is basically plastic pollution. So microplastics already found in our human blood. It's already found in our human poop, in our salt. And basically right now, I think it was released last October, microplastics already in Metro Manila, and it really alarmed our scientists, and the highest are in Mandaluyong and in Muntinlupa City. So this is just last week. I read all about this problem that plastic waste, microplastics, basically contaminants. There is a study that it promote Parkinson disease. So by 2050, there could be more plastic in the ocean. And basically, that's how we started. So we started, it's because of the plastic straw na nakita ko nga doon sa Pagong. So we started our company in 2018 with this bamboo straw. So kami po yung nagsimula dito sa Pilipinas. And basically, we're growing, like we're accelerating during the time. So before pandemic, we're able to sold almost 1.4 million pieces of bamboo straw around the Philippines. So we partner with the major brands in the Philippines. And basically from that moment, from that, the inspiration of the bamboo straw is from the bamboo toy gun. But basically what happened was it was disrupted by the pandemic. And we came up with this new idea. So in BAMBUHAY is we are helping slash and burn farmers. So we establish our production facility in the rural areas. Right now, we are in Caranglan, Nueva Ecija, where we provide opportunities for indigenous people, persons with disabilities, victims of conflict, women, solo parents, slash and burn farmers, and charcoal makers. So this is our impact formula. So we started with economic empowerment. So we provide stable source of income through sustainable livelihood and green jobs. And then we started the community building, capacity building, behavioral change, and we introduced the environmental restoration. And I fell in love with bamboo. So I conducted a lot of research about its benefits, not just for poverty alleviation, but for climate change mitigation. As bamboo captures more carbon dioxide than any other plants. So it produces 30% more oxygen than any other plant. And basically, it is the symbol of regenerative agriculture because you are just going to plant it once and it will grow forever. So it creates a lot of attention all about bamboo and how we can use it for climate change mitigation and poverty alleviation. And right now, bamboo became the green gold. And after we hit by pandemic, so we came up on what kind of product that we are going to introduce that is resilient na kahit may pandemic, kahit may calamities, we can still use those products. And we found out the big problem on the plastic toothbrushes. The plastic toothbrush we are producing in the Philippines, at least 280 million pieces of plastic toothbrushes. And in the world, we are throwing away every year almost 23 billion pieces of plastic toothbrushes. So the plastic toothbrush cannot be recycled because the composite plastic used to create them doesn't break apart efficiently. And we innovate this product. Let's watch this.
From plastic to bamboo. Ito raw ang nagtulak sa ka-wonder nating si Mark para simulan ang kanyang zero waste lifestyle. Nais niyang tumulong na masolusyonan ang problema sa polusyon at kahirapan sa bansa gamit ang kawayan.
Itinuturing kasi na most sustainable and renewable plant ang bamboo. Sa loob lang nga ng isang araw, kaya nitong tumubo ng 35 to 48 inches. Kaya sinasabing ito ang pinakamagandang alternatibo sa single-use plastic.
Pampito sa 10 magkakapatid si Mark at bata pa lang, namulat na raw siya sa pagkakaingin. Pero nang magpunta sa Maynila para magtrabaho, dito raw niya mas naramdaman ang epekto ng climate change.
During those times is nagkaroon din ako ng allergic rhinitis. I almost died kasi nag-collapse ako directly sa MRT. Nalaman ko nga na mayroon akong allergic rhinitis doon sa pollution, sa plastic pollution na nagdulot ng allergic rhinitis ko. Kaya ko nabuo yung BAMBUHAY.
Sa halagang 10,000 piso, sinimulan ni Mark ang social enterprise na BAMBUHAY sa Caranglan, Nueva Ecija noong 2017. Dito niya inumpisahan ang paggawa ng bamboo straw sa tulong ng mga magsasaka at mga dating nagkakaingin.
Pero na magkapandemya, labis daw na naapektuhan ang kanilang produksyon dahil karamihan sa mga kumukuha sa kanila nasa food and tourism industry.
Wala raw silang nagawa kundi ang magsara. Noong August 2020 naman, naisipan nilang gumawa ng bamboo face shield pero nagkaubusan sa materyales. Dito na raw naisip ni Mark na gumawa ng panibagong produkto na yari pa rin sa kawayan. Ang tinatawag niyang plantable toothbrush.
Ang pinakalayunin namin sa plantable bamboo toothbrush ay para solusyonan ang plastic pollution at mawala na yung mga landfills natin at yung mga basura natin ay magkakaroon ng buhay.
Ang bawat toothbrush, tinatamnan ng buto ng nara, akasya, bayabas o kalamansi. Biodegradable din ang bristles.
Hindi na rin kinukulayan ng mismong sipilyo. Ang pwedeng gamiting palatandaan ang mga larawan ng endangered species na nakaukit dito gaya ng panda, turtle, deer, dolphin, seabird at shark.
Maliit man kung iisipin pero malaking tulong na rin, lalo't taon-taon nasa 4.7 billion plastic toothbrush ang napoproduce sa buong mundo. Sa Pilipinas, halos 300 milyong piraso ang nagagamit kada taon. Pero kung gagamit daw tayo ng plantable toothbrush na gawa sa kawayan, hindi na tayo makakadagdag sa polusyon.
Ang plantable toothbrush pwedeng gamitin ng hanggang 3 buwan, depende sa gamit. Base rin ito sa rekomendasyon ng mga dental expert.
So after 3 months na gamitin itong plantable toothbrush, so pwede mo na siyang itanim. So mainam na pwede mo siyang itanim dito sa bamboo pot. Kung wala ka namang bamboo pot, pwede mong itanim sa mga regular pots bago mo siya i-transfer kung saan mo siya pwedeng itanim doon sa kagubatan. So sa pagtusok natin ng plantable toothbrush, siguraduhin natin na nakabaon itong part na to kasi nandito yung seed.
Dahil sa kanyang advokasya, marami na rin natulungan si Mark sa ating mga kababayan.
Bago po ako nagtrabaho sa BAMBUHAY, ang trabaho ko po dati, nagbubuho kami, tapos nagkakaingin. Inkis na wala po kaming makain, mangungutang din po sa tindahan. Nakatulong po yung BAMBUHAY sa aking pamilya dahil po noon talagang said-said po kami. Pero ngayon pong andito na po ako sa BAMBUHAY, maluwag-luwag na po yung buhay namin. At least kumakain po kami ng 3 beses sa isang araw po.
Sa ngayon, nasa 598 hectares ang nire-reforest ng BAMBUHAY o yung bang tinatamnan nila ng mga bagong puno. Isa sa napili nilang i-adopt ang Pantabangan Karanglan Watershed. Dito nila dinadala ang mga tumubong plantable toothbrush at iba pang tanim na bamboo. Para matiyak na lalago ang mga puno, kumuha rin sila ng mga tagapag-alaga na dating mga illegal logger.
Noong nakaraang taon, inilunsad ng BAMBUHAY ang 1 billion mission. Target nilang ma-eliminate ang 1 billion plastic toothbrush by 2030 at mapalitan ito ng plantable toothbrush para makapagtanim ng mas maraming puno.
I nearly lost my life to climate change, but that experience led me to discover bamboo, the plant of hope. Our environment is in peril, but I believe the solutions to this crisis are there in nature. Thank you.
So that's the technology that we introduced but we already upgraded. So ang ginawa na namin is yung mga naka-engrave na ng mga endangered species are mga trees. So we have right now is we have the pine tree, the mamalis, and some native trees here in the Philippines. So the bristles is also naturally carbon impairs. The packaging, this is also 100% plastic free. So we don't use any adhesive for the packaging. And also we have the bamboo packaging so that if you're going to travel, you can use it as a travel case. For example, in the family, the mother will be the mamalis, how it works. So the father will be the pine tree, so baby bamboo, the brother wild berry, and the brother is acacia. So yan po siya yung pinaka-technology. We use nanotechnology in our plantable toothbrush. And this is how it works after you plant it, and then after that, it already grow This one. And this innovation, it won the Product Innovation of the Year in Talent Estonia out of 8,000 entries around the world during the Go Global Awards in Talent in Estonia. And so how it works, paano ba siya naging tumutubo? So in order to, so ito po siya. So ito yung mga, ano namin, yung we called it reforest action. So ito yung ginawa namin na just to give you an overview with our reforestation site. So for example, if you're able to nakapagbalik ka sa amin ng 4 na plantable toothbrush, that's equivalent to 50 kilogram of carbon dioxide that you can offset as an individual or as a company. So we integrate with our carbon credit business model. So ito na po siya. And this is a partly of our deforestation site where you can see bamboo, and then tinamnan din po namin ng mga plantable toothbrush. So yung mga ano po, yung just to clarify, yung tumutubo po ay different types of native trees. Okay, so we as I mentioned, we have mamalis, pine tree, and etc. And in order that to make it more fun, so we use technology. So we integrate for some our community will get the QR code nung mga tinanim na mga plantable toothbrush kung saan siya tinanim, and then after that we integrate it in the metaverse. And then dito sa metaverse is kahit nasa wherever you are in Davao, is namomonitor mo, nakikita mo kung tumubo ba yung plantable toothbrush even you are in the US. So this is a platform where you can tour in our deforestation site virtually. It's integrated in the Google Map, yung platform na to. And in order to make it more cheaper and available for the Filipino, so we introduced this bamboo toothbrush. So this bamboo toothbrush naman is yung mga naka-engrave are endangered species to create awareness, to give importance of this endangered species. Like for example, the mother will be the seabird, the father is the eagle, the turtle is the sister baby panda, and the dolphin. So within this technology, so sustainability works inside the family. And this made me an opportunity that I was chosen as part of the German ASEAN Innovation Exchange Forum, where I witnessed of how Germany transitioning from their economic education going to innovation and economic education, because right now they are inaayos nila yung kanilang educational system from being economic, just focus on economic, is the integrated science already as part of their platform, as part of their transitioning into more innovative country. And beyond that, because we are addressing circular economy, so aside from plantable toothbrush, so we also developed the bamboo tea. So we just finished our study, and all our waste we turn it into activated carbon or organic fertilizer. So the bamboo tea is basically, we just finished last October our study. It contains around 4 anti-cancer properties. It balances and lower the blood sugar that prevents diabetes, balance body cholesterol, and for the male, it restores male fertility and aphrodisiac properties. A big role in boosting fertility in men and beneficial in directing blood flow. And it prevents hypertension. And for the women, it helps na mag-ease yung pain during their menstrual period. So just to give you, for the past 5 years, so this is our impact. So we're able to help 69 families out of poverty. So we provide them sustainable livelihood. So these families already access to social and benefits like SSS. So these are the indigenous people na halos walang pinag-aralan. We have 10 in our community na don't know how to read and write. So 70% of our manpower are no formal education, but we're able to provide them with sustainable livelihood and green jobs. And we're able to reforest around 725 hectares of deforested land. And we're able to grow around 245 because we are still in the last year, we are still in the experimental stage. So this year will be our full blast in our market. So we're able to grow around 245 native trees or plantable toothbrush. And we we plant almost 126 tons, and we able to eliminate 1,130 tons of plastics eliminated from the environment. And this is some of our success story. This is Ate Ana before joining Bambuhay. She is earning below 3,000 pesos monthly from Kaingin and no formal education. But after 2 years joining Bambuhay, he able to build that she called her home. So purchase a tricycle as additional livelihood for her husband and already out of poverty. And this is Aran. So she is an indigenous, belong to the indigenous people. Isa siya sa mga no read, no write person, but we're able to provide him a sustainable livelihood and increase his income from below 3,000 to more than 10,000 pesos a month. And that's basically Bambuhay were awarded as the most inspiring MSMEs in 2023. Gawad Manyuhay Social Entrepreneur of the Year by the Asia CEO Awards. And we're just nominated. We are now in the semifinals in the Airchat Prize 2023. This is the most prestigious prize in environment for a chance to win 1 million euros by October. So we're rooting for it na mananalo sana tayo from the Philippines because we're not able to produce a winner, okay, from our country since 2020. And Impact Entrepreneur of the Year, Outstanding Young Entrepreneur for Agriculture. And also we won the Tawid Innovation Challenge by the United Nations Development Program. We represent our country in the Inactus World Cup. We won as the accelerator winner. And we represent our country in the Entrepreneurship World Cup Global Finals out of 120,000 entries around the world in Saudi Arabia. We won the ASEAN Impact Challenge Best Innovation for Circular Economy in 2019, representing the Philippines as we are the grand winner of the Start-Upper of the Year in Paris, France. And that's basically made me to Malacanang to be appointed as the youngest executive member of the National Innovation Council. But how we started? So this is our humble beginning. So as mentioned, I came from a very poor family. So dito po kami nagsimula. We don't have a production facility. I just use science behind it on how to prevent na kahit ganito yung itsura ng production facility namin is we can still produce a food grade or a food safe na bamboo straw because nagsimula kami sa bamboo straw, but so we don't have really mga fancy equipment. Is we able to develop this. Ito yung ginagamit namin, pinapakuluan namin yung bamboo in order to get all the starch. We use salt for this because we want it to be 100% organic. And in 2018, the same year, so we able to build this around 30 square meter, the first food-safe bamboo straw production facility in the Philippines. And after pandemic, so we're able to build this around 3,000 square meter production facility for our plantable toothbrush. And we able to automate our processes. So this is how the plantable toothbrush, this is a sample, paano po ginagawa yung plantable toothbrush. And yeah, so that's all about Bambuhay po. So just want to end this with this quotation that we only have one planet and it takes one person to take care of it, and it starts with you. So we only have one planet and it takes one person to take care of it, and it starts with you. So let's be bold in our actions to have meaningful contributions in restoring, protecting, and conserving our environment for the betterment of our respective community and our beloved country. And let's create a one-of-a-kind movement to create opportunity to our Mother Earth to be healed and to the marginalized people to be out of poverty. Together, let's bamboo and mabuhay, bambuhay. So maraming salamat po. That's our story of being a food scientist and now being a social entrepreneur.
Maraming salamat, Executive Member Mark. Ako po'y tagapaghanga mo. I am your admirer. You are my idol, as I've told you. And humbly, all of us here are floored, I believe, by your accomplishments and your presentation. And I say we should always now listen to our young entrepreneurs, our young innovators, our young creators. So Mark symbolizes how it is to be one with nature. So he grew up in Sultan, and he knows the power of nature and how to exploit in a very sustainable way, make use of the riches of nature like bamboo. And he wants to give it back to the soil, to the ground, by replanting the toothbrush or the straw to grow more bamboo. So hindi ba po yun ang ating best example of a socio-circular economy that is sustainable? And so everyone, let's give dear Mark a huge round of applause. Okay. So Mark, I am a user of your toothbrush and I am convinced it is of top quality. I didn't bring my toothbrush to Davao today to show our audience, but it's been 4 months that I've been using it and I love it. I love the bristles and I love the lightweight stick made of bamboo. I do not have the version which has the seed for planting different types of plants yet, no? Because that's your second generation product. So ladies and gentlemen, it's telling you that our young creative innovator, who is also a food scientist, I think he symbolizes what we should all aim to be. Some of us are very old already, but we should be young at heart and mind. And we should learn a lot from Mark. So today, we would like to open the discussion of Mark's innovation. He's multi-awarded and internationally recognized, with a few questions from Alvin and myself. And then we will open the floor to our participants. But at some point, I would also like to give Mark a chance to share with us what he witnessed, what he learned from his trip to Germany in October. So he was in Cologne and in Frankfurt, and he now appreciates even more the importance of the what we call academic industry linkage based on the Fraunhofer model in Germany, where technological institute.
From 2020 to 2020.
Can we please put on silent mode, Feb? Nasa po yan. Teka, saglit lang.
It's mainly attributed to the investment in technology transfer and commission.
I just silenced Al Serafika, who's in the NAS meeting. Can you hear me? Yes?
Yes po.
Okay. So, yun po, later let's give it a little time, Mark, to share with us how they are doing it in Germany and why these international awards are being reaped by you because they appreciate what you're doing. Okay, so my little question, and I've asked this already from Mark on a private basis, is yung lang aking toothbrush, nagkakaroon ngayon ng konting gray streaks, which I see in the bamboo that say used for, garden decoration or for, pagtataniman ng mga aerial plants, ganon. And we know that grayish streak is parang mold, parang macroalgae, fungi, no? So how do we avoid that? Okay? It does not detract from the function of the toothbrush. Pero syempre, hindi na siya light brown. Meron na siyang gray streak. Okay? So, yun lang. Pero grabe yung bristles. Made in Taiwan po yun. It's a biodegradable polymer. So, ang mga polymer scientists natin dito ngayon, sana matulungan din si Mark para eventually makagawa tayo ng Filipino biodegradable polymers.
Yeah.
So, yun ang tanong ko
So,
muna, Mark.
Yeah, kasi we are developing right now is the bamboo fiber, the bamboo bristles made from made from bamboo fiber. So with the toothbrush na nagkakaroon siya, yung basically the handle of the bamboo handle it is on the proper way of using it kasi nakasanayan kasi nating mga Pinoy na after natin mag-toothbrush is nilalagay natin diretso sa baso. And then sometimes actually it's a myth na yung yung bamboo toothbrush or is nagkakaroon ng molds. Even the plastic toothbrushes. So if you can see may mga spots na black. So basically, that's molds. Okay? Kasi any material naman po talaga, if in case nabababad siya sa water, is nagkakaroon talaga siya ng mold. So there is a proper way of doing it. Like me, is pinapatong ko siya sa baso instead na ilalagay or you can hang it. So that's with the generation yun, ginagawa nila is there is parang something UV pag nasa loob siya ng comfort room. So there's a way in order to prevent it from getting moldy. So you can find it also in our Facebook page kung yung mga FAQs, mga frequently asked question, papaano natin yung mga what are the strategies in order to prevent any toothbrush, not just bamboo, any toothbrush that we have to get moldy. And yeah, just to continue, I just want to share to you my experience in Germany. Kasi ngayon, I found out nga that they are making a regulation in Germany that if you are going to conduct a research, it's illegal if you cannot commercialize it. So it should be all the research na pinopondohan, especially ng gobyerno, and all the universities is they should be commercialized. And the integration of innovation right now is they have a very strong partnership with the private and the public. For example, there is one of the amazing things that I witnessed there is BMW want to reduce the carbon emission of their cars from 25 grams per kilometer to 6 grams per kilometer. And they got almost 80 young scientists, basically mga graduating students, and they fund the project and let the young students develop the technology. And after they graduate and after the technology was developed, is they employed, BMW employed them. So ganun yung approach nila, like pag maraming problema, like for example, in terms of for example, in the government, in terms of on how to ease doing business para hindi na maglinya. So what the government doing is pinipitch in nila, they pitch it to the scientist, and for the scientist is to develop it, to innovate it, and there is really a very strong collaboration in between those academic scientific community and the private and the public sector. And I think one of the best that I really appreciate with their educational system, because at their track, like for example, in one university, they have really an expertise. Like for example, engineering. So they are just going to offer engineering, business, and innovation. And there is wala masyadong maraming track. And sobrang the experience is really very overwhelming kasi nga they are very advanced in terms of technological innovation and how they able to transform their economy, from economic education into innovation and economic education. So Yeah, so that's really all about my experience in Germany that really pushed me to be more innovative and to bring it in. Okay, that maybe we have a lot of they have really a lot of good practices. Okay, from the from Germany that we can apply, that we can integrate in our here in the Philippines. For example, yung one of my advocacy right now is really on how we can paano natin ma-commercialize yung mga research or mga thesis ng mga students natin that because ng mga graduating students because we have a lot. Okay, we've been spending billions of pesos for those thesis na hindi talaga siya nako-commercialize like in our university that really happened na parang wala pa akong nakita na nagkaroon talaga ng commercialize. So that's really one of my advocacy right now to make a research illegal if in case it cannot be commercialized. Like we don't need hindi tayo magre-research pag hindi siya mag-commercialize or it's not useful for our daily lives or we cannot bring it to the market.
Salamat dyan. Nasagot na ni Mark yung aking dalawang tanong just like that. Napaka-importante po yung pangalawa ninyo. So I'd like to recognize NAS corresponding member Ed Mendoza, who's based in Munich, who will talk about this Fraunhofer model in Germany in our NAS Innovation Series in March. Eddie, pwede rin mag-connect with Mark, no? But at this point, I would like to ask the question of academician Toby Dairit in the chat box. And unang-una sabi niya, nasubukan na rin niya yung toothbrush na yan. For all of you who are interested, it is available in common room. Yung pong common room, nandun yan sa mga ilang Ayala malls, pero sinusuportahan po yan ng DTI. Kaya pwede po ninyong bilhin doon, 110 pesos lang po ang isa. Napakagandang experience po. At tuwing nagtutoothbrush ako ngayon, naalala ko si Mark. Talagang hangang-hanga ako dito sa innovator natin. Anyways, ang isa pang tanong ni Toby, I think you were not yet in, meron pa bang ibang produkto? Toby, bamboo straw, doon siya nagumpisa. Kaya ano yun, pwedeng solution to the problem of microplastics. And then he mentioned earlier, ilang billions of straw at toothbrush na mga plastic ang tinatapon ng ating buong mundo. So ito nag-uumpisa yung replacement, no? So anyway, I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of NS Luli Cruz, NAS corresponding member Vic Ilag, kasi sila po yung mga nakafocus sa agro fisheries industries and with a view of a sustainable circular economy. Meron na po tayong modelo dito kay Mark. Si Mark po ay in charge of an ancestral domain in Nueva Ecija of thousands of hectares. Kasi po yung kanyang IP origin together with others in the region, nabigyan po ng ancestral domain. So sa ngayon, 170 hectares ang kanyang minamanage. Inumpisa niya yung BAMBUHAY doon. Minsan, sana magpunta tayo doon, Tito, no? Para makita natin ang totohanan. Meron na siyang mga equipment, nakita naman ninyo. Talagang yung kanyang background in yung pagka-food scientist niya, ginagamit niya talaga sa kanyang social enterprise. So I do not know if NAS Vice President is currently speaking at the NAS meeting, Technical Working Group at present, because I think he's presiding over it, no? And even NAS corresponding member Al Sarafika is there. Pero kung available si Dr. Alvin Culaba, now is the time to ask your questions, Alvin. If not naman, tutuloy lang natin and we will open the floor to the questions of the others. So, Dr. Alvin, are you still there? Alvin, are you able to speak at this point?
I think it's out already.
Yan, si
Okay.
Ma'am Asuncion na lang.
All right. So, ngayon, i-open na natin yung floor sa mga questions ng ating mga participants. And just remember, please share this recording. It will be posted in the PAASE website maybe this afternoon, tomorrow. Kasi, Mark, pasyensya na. Lahat busy. I think ngayon talagang inspired to help out, no? Kasi we're already in this urgent mode. Innovation is about an urgent, high quality response to all the threats and challenges that we face in the world today. And so, tatalingin muna natin ngayon si Dr. Asuncion Raimundo of UP Los Baños, Professor Emeritus and NAST Academician. Sean?
Yeah. Hi, Marks. Congratulations. I'm so impressed with what you did. And especially with the toothbrush, immediately I texted my niece who's a dentist. I said, have you heard about this? And she said, yes, but it's expensive. From Shopee, it's 180 pesos. And I said, can your association endorse it? And she said that Colgate-Palmolive is supporting them, so they cannot endorse another one. I said, you have to consider the aspect of environmental pollution and climate change. And she did not answer me anymore. So can we reduce the price, and how can we get the association to endorse it so it will be all over the Philippines and will really replace the plastic toothbrush?
Actually, I think the one that you see in Shopee is the one with the casing, kasi that's very customized. That's customizable. The regular toothbrush that we have really is around 110. Actually, it's cheap. It's 30% cheaper than our competitors. And we have also for the hotels, like I think they share, I think yung isang tinitingnan nila is the one with yung mga single use, which is we have also that like as cheap as around 25 pesos. But it's really the front, that's basically for the single use, or you can use it just for a week. So mayroon po tayo, we have a cheaper alternative for that. Because as I mentioned, I think in the market we are 20 to 30% cheaper than the major brands in the market. For the one right now, the plastic toothbrush is around 135, the one that we use for 3 months. So we have that kind of that's bamboo toothbrush, not able, hindi na po siya plantable. Our plantable is around 110 pesos. It's because the technology and integration of the technology that we have is hindi siya kakayanin. So that's why we have this alternative na bamboo toothbrush na very simple lang yung pagkagawa, in order that an ordinary Filipino can afford it. But in BAMBUHAY kasi our big vision po talaga is we want to uplift the Filipino out of poverty so that they can afford a quality product. Because as in BAMBUHAY, actually in general, the cheaper the product po kasi is the bad for the environment, because it produces more carbon dioxide. So is really that our goal is really it should be equitable. It should be good for the people and also good for the planet. So our framework in BAMBUHAY is we need to uplift the Filipino people out of poverty for them to that they can afford a product that is good for the environment and good for their health.
Quality of life. Salamat.
Really
PE, Sean, no? Quality of life means quality of products, and sometimes you have to pay the price, and it lasts longer. So 110 pesos po sa common room. And ang comment ko rin kay Mark, yung malaking lalagyan niya na bamboo, yung thin bamboo, medyo heavy, medyo malaki, that adds to the cost. Kaya pwedeng gawan naman ng takip yung toothbrush dun sa bandang bristles na mas mura. So meron pang product development dyan, Mark, di ba? So anyway, maraming salamat for the questions. Ito pa, babasahin ko na yung napaka-importanting question din ni academician Georgine Primavera. Ang origins ni Georgine Butuan, ngayon nandun siya sa Iloilo. Please give the articles that support the carbon capture and soil erosion functions of bamboo. Masasagot ba ni Mark ito right now? Or
yes, we can provide you the articles po.
Yes.
So we have so many studies already. We have so many articles already available.
Yes. Second question, common local names and scientific names of the bamboo species used. And then I just told Georgine that I talked with Congressman Alba of Bukidnon, who's also claiming na yung kanyang bamboo variety doon sa Kalbundukan ay yung pinaka-strong and sturdy na bamboo variety na talagang pwede raw mag-hold ng soil, maka-decrease ng soil erosion. Siyempre si academician Georgine, who's our specialist, our botanist specialist in bamboo and other trees, siyempre meron siyang sagot tungkol dyan. Okay? So please provide the references to academician Georgine for that, no? So, Al Sarafica is not with us na kasi nasa NAS. Good work, Mark. I am helping the bamboo ecosystem the last 3 years with FPRDI and a startup looking at silica from bamboo waste. So yan, dapat mag-connect rin with Al para yung iyong waste products na merong silica, magagamit pa rin. All right. So ito pa yung isang question ni Georgine. What other native species are planted? Please note that acacia, also known as Samanea saman, is an introduced species and not native. So I think ang tinatanong din natin dito, meron ka bang intercropping? Okay, meron bang, you know, sagutin natin.
So the acacia po that we are using is the Filipino acacia, which is native in the Philippines, not the one from Mexico. So we have that, yung mas maliit lang po siya compared sa Mexico na acacia.
Ayan. O si Georgine, kailangan talaga mag-connect ka kay kay Mark, no? Taga Sultan Kudarat, pero ngayon nasa Nueva Ecija. Dapat bumisita tayo doon. Si Toby nagtatanong, bukod sa toothbrush at sa
Acacia
straw,
confusa po yung ginagamit namin. Acacia confusa.
all right. Any other bamboo products on the horizon? Tinatanong na naman ni Toby. Okay, chemist, si Toby. Okay, ang gustong-gusto ni Sir Tito Aliga ng UP ERDFI is, congrats Mark, research to market in action on the ground for beneficial impact. German engineering curriculum 100% engineering. Totoong-totoong tamang-tama po yan. Ladies and gentlemen, kami po ni Mark at yung ibang executive members ng National Innovation Council will be in a closed-door brainstorming workshop March 4 and 5 to discuss among others itong modelo na ito ng German engineering universities na walang maaaksayang pondo ng gobyerno invested in research, R&D and development. Kailangan merong return on investment, hindi rin lang naman po commercial return on investment, social return on investment. Kamukha po ng social enterprise ni Mark, pareho merong S or ROI at CROI, parehas po. Vic Ilag, corresponding member of NAS,
Thank you, Giselle.
based in Melbourne. Is it dangerous to make it a precondition for research to be commercialized? How about basic research? Major biotechnologies are based on basic research discoveries, recombinant DNA, monoclonal antibodies, CRISPR, etc. I think Vic is just kind of testing the thinking of the whole community here, including Mark. Pero siya mismo, alam niya yung German R&D technology that rests a lot on basic research because he was in Bavaria. He was in Munich for many years of his research life. Okay? So anyway, sagutin mo pa rin yan, Mark, kasi gustong madinig ni Vic Ilang ang perspective mo tungkol dito. Okay? So, meron ka bang strong ideas about this? Ako naman, basic research is to address basic needs. Ganun din po, bukod sa being basic science in nature, pero maganda rin yung definition na basic research to address basic needs. Yan din po yung lineup, fina-follow na ngayon ng NRCP at sana ng National Innovation Council. No? All right. So, sa ngayon, wala na ibang mga tanong. Ito pala, isa ulit. Na naman, si AKR, si PE academician Sean, Mark, can you provide a one-page summary of the bamboo toothbrush that we can sell to resorts? I have contacts with the resort owner who is environmentally conscious and might consider it. Ayan, napaka-importante yan. I also want to welcome now University of Rizal System officials, Jocelyn Rubio, at iba pa from our SUCs like EVSU, URS, at iba pa. Okay, Mark, your turn.
Yes, so I think I will really agree with the basic research, no? Kasi I think that's we really need to in order that kasi right now for all our basic needs, that's basically a big contributing factor in terms of plastic pollution. So I think we really need to focus on basic research so that we can address the basic needs that we have to have a big contribution in environmental destruction.
Okay. So I just heard Eddie Mendoza's voice. He
Yes.
wants to ask a question. Okay,
Okay, good.
Eddie, and
Good.
then go ahead,
I'd
Eddie.
like to, Giselle, I'd like to comment on basic research and commercializable research. So Germany, Mark is right in pointing out the Fraunhofer Society. No? Talagang that's really focused on innovation. But in Germany, it's not only the Fraunhofer, but there is also the Max Planck Society. So on the German system, they actually have 3 levels of research organizations. Ang Max Planck Society is focused on basic research, no? Samantalang at the same time, Fraunhofer Society is focused on innovation. So yun ang actually what is really effective. Hindi lang commercial research, but also talagang basic research. This is the research which wins Nobel Prizes, no? So
Opo.
to complete the picture in Germany, kailangan we have to look at the 3 levels.
That is very true, and I think our distinguished scientist Ed Mendoza will talk about this model, continued model of research, development, and innovation, and commercialization at the last innovation series in March. You will all be invited, no? Anyway, I'd like to recognize the presence of our Bataan Peninsula State University scientists and officials, particularly John Kokoy Dizon, who is a leader in 3D printing and polymer research. I'd like to recognize the presence of my dear friend, PAASE board member, and a very important advisor to the legislative branch of government, Dr. Edna Ko, social scientist, former dean of NCPAG. I'd also like to recognize the presence of others, Professor Emeritus Irene Villaseñor of UP Diliman, kasi po sila po ay makakatulong sa antimicrobial, anti-cancer, anti-diabetes, mga small molecule bioactive compounds na nahahanap po sa bamboo. Of course, National Scientist Lourdes Cruz is here, and she is our champion in Future Earth for environmentally sustainable programs on the ground. So, meron pa ba pong ibang tanong na miss ko? I think Georgine would like to speak now because her hand is raised. So, Georgine, andyan pa ba po
Very
kayo?
quickly. Yes, I'm still here. Very quickly lang, 2 things lang. First, yung sa bristles, no, I've been using bamboo toothbrushes for 3 years now. Ang na-notice ko lang, medyo malambot yung bristles compared to yung plastic toothbrush. So yung mga medyo the nooks and crannies of our teeth, hindi napapasok. Of course, if you remember noong unang panahon, yung bristles they used boars bristles, no, wild pigs. So yun matigas talaga. So ang question ko is there a product improvement dun sa bristles so they will be at par, no, in the brushing efficiency with the plastic toothbrushes? And my second and last question would be yung soil erosion pa rin. Kasi it's, many of us know na talagang bamboo is being hyped as the go-to species for all kinds of things, pati yung soil erosion. Now, yung biologists among us, by the way, I'm not a botanist, Giselle, I'm a zoologist, but still a biologist, no? We know that this is plant morphology. Si Dr. Raimundo knows this, that bamboo, they are monocots, and therefore their roots are superficial and shallow. Unlike the dicots, no, yung mga dao, yung mga ganun, na talagang they go deep-rooted, they go down to the deep in the soil, and they can anchor. So yung to say out of context that bamboo is good for soil erosion without mentioning that it is maybe not as good as the dicots, medyo yun, that's disingenuous. And I would like to see sana na that kind of misleading will not be really hyped up so much, and we need more information on ecology kasi we have 50 species of bamboo. So maybe kulang lang yung research on the bamboo species na magaling mag-root, no? I mean, within the kakayahan ng monocots in rooting deep, it would be the best. And then you have other species good for the toothbrushes and other species good for something else. So I would like to see more of the basic science. Ano ba itong mga species na ito, no? If Mark could include that in his spiel, the first portion, yung the 50 different species, or maybe not all of them, but the different kinds of properties they have, no, that are good for toothbrushes, good for whatever, and maybe mas lalabas yung science, yung sinasabi natin who are science guided. Thank you, Giselle. Thank you, Mark. Also, congratulations for the
thank you.
excellent presentation.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Georgine, for that input. So basically, the data that we have is really, it's really from the different experimentation. So basically, the one data that we have is right now, it was conducted by ERDB. So they use the bamboo subluminana, the bayog. So there are bamboo po talaga na hindi talaga siya deep-rooted yung mga ano niya, but there are type of bamboos also that is really deep-rooted. So I think I can share to you the articles of it, all about those species, because I agree that there are bamboo species talaga that is not good for soil erosion, and there is a bamboo that is good for soil erosion. So because we have a lot of type of bamboo here in the Philippines.
Ayan, see, lumalalim yung science bukod sa binobroaden natin yung impact ng science. Maraming salamat, Georgine, at talagang dapat mag-connect na po kayong dalawa ni Mark para lalong humusa yung ating bamboo products na sustainable, no? So, at this point, meron pa bang mga tanong? Kasi po ako ay kailangan ng mag-participate doon sa aming meeting, conference dito po sa Davao. Nandito po ako sa BARM meeting kahapon sa Mindanao Development Authority meeting. Kaya po, I would like to thank everybody for joining us today, most especially our young distinguished speaker who has accomplished so much in his life so far. 38 years old pa lang siya. Kaya imagine kung makaabot siya ng 70 years old. Siguro ito yung average age ng mga ating mga participants dito. Di ba dapat kailangan i-multiply natin ang mga mark sa ating bansa? Ayun po. Yun po yung parting message ko. And let's not lose hope. Let's continue to aspire. Be inspired by young innovators, scientists like Mark, as I am very much inspired by him. Maraming salamat po on behalf of Alvin Culaba. I'd like to thank Feb Escares, our PAASE staff, who makes all this possible for us. Maraming salamat po for joining us. Join us again next Friday for another exciting
Thank you very much, everyone.
PAASE for Philippine Innovation Series. Thank you. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po.
Ay, nako Mark, talagang hangang-hanga ako sa iyo.
Yes, nice.
Salamat. Grabe.
A remarkable feat, considering that it just